You're thinking about relocating to the Boise, Idaho area, and you have heard a bit of buzz about two Boise suburbs in particular, Eagle and Meridian. And now you're wondering which one is best for you. Well then, my friend, today's video is for you because nobody wants to go through all that it takes to pack up and move to another state only to discover that you moved to the wrong place and then find yourself back on square one and having to do the entire process over again. You don't want that, and we certainly do not want that for you. We help people just like you every single day find their perfect location and spot here in the Treasure Valley, like you and you and you and you, and well, you get it. So sit back as we tour you through both of these highly popular Boise suburbs. Not only will we give you an on-the-ground and candid tour through both Eagle and Meridian, we'll also share with you some of the things that we, as well as our friends, clients, and family members love, but also we'll be sharing some things that we just flat out dislike about them both. Because yep, no place is a utopia.
Ain't that the truth?
Okay, to kick things off, let's first talk about what you can expect when it comes to the overall community atmosphere. First up, let's talk about Meridian. Meridian is widely recognized and praised for being a bustling suburb with a very strong family-friendly and really just family-focused vibe and atmosphere. As Idaho's second largest city, Meridian has experienced some incredible growth over the past decade, which, well, we really just saw skyrocket over the past 4 years. And this boom has led to a vibrant mix of new developments, shopping centers, restaurants, parks, and just overall community events and offerings. So while a strong pro for Meridian here is obviously its strong sense of community with numerous family-friendly activities, but well, along with this growth, traffic and congestion really across all areas of Meridian has definitely become more noticeable, and well, it's now something that is routinely complained about by many longtime locals. Eagle, on the other hand, exudes a quieter, more upscale feel and vibe. It's known for its small town charm, picturesque landscapes, and slightly slower pace of life. The community is more tight-knit, and many neighborhoods are designed with luxury and privacy in mind. So while that serene atmosphere, which is often deemed as being ideal for many retirees who are seeking a peaceful retirement with a high-end ambiance, well, for some, it can feel a bit too quiet. So if you are looking for a livelier and albeit faster pace of life and environment, all the glitz and luxury that Eagle's communities might offer might just not be your cup of tea. But well, then again,
are you kidding? This place is great.
Next up, let's dive into the cost of living. One of the biggest distinctions between Meridian and Eagle is undeniably the cost of living. And that is largely due to the number one component that typically makes up the largest part of our living expenses, and that's housing. And as I mentioned earlier, and as you can certainly see, Eagle is often associated with luxury living. As such, housing prices in Eagle are significantly higher than anywhere else across the Treasure Valley, and that includes Meridian, with a large portion of the housing market being dedicated to spacious, gorgeous, custom-built homes, estate properties, and master-planned communities and neighborhoods, featuring all the bells and whistles. So, amenities like golf courses, multiple community pools, equestrian facilities, miles and miles of walking and jogging trails, awesome, just state-of-the-art gyms, and all of that. Meridian, on the other hand, tends to be, comparatively speaking, more affordable with a much wider range of options to suit different budgets and households. While housing prices across Meridian have undeniably risen due to the area's popularity and incredible growth, you can still find reasonably priced single-family homes, condos, and townhouses to choose between. If you're curious to see the current average home prices in both, here are the current averages for this year to date. If, however, you're viewing this in, 6 months to a year to 3 years or more from now, and are curious to see what the current up-to-the-minute home prices and ranges and numbers are in that market, so your market today, post a comment below and we would be happy to post a full update. And then let's talk about what you could expect when it comes to property taxes in both. And well, on this one, chances are you're gonna like what you're about to hear because both have levy rates, and levy rates are really key to what goes into determining our property taxes. both have very low levy rates. As of today, the average levy rate in Meridian is this ugly number, which is essentially 0.49%. And then the levy rate in Eagle is actually a bit lower, and it is currently 0.41%, or just for consistency's sake, this ugly number. I'll throw that up there too so you can see them both. If you're curious to dive into exactly how levy rates are calculated in both of these cities and areas, the very best place to look up this information is really directly on Ada County's assessor's website. Using their site, you can look up the exact levy rate and see all the details for how the levy rate is all made up across all of the cities that make up Ada County. And then living in either of these cities would mean you'd qualify for Idaho's $125,000 homeowner's exemption, which effectively reduces the taxable value of all our primary residences. So if you buy a home in either of these cities and live in it as your primary residence, you'll qualify for that exemption, and that will lower the taxable property value of your home by $125,000, which of course provides substantial tax relief. Now, as we mentioned earlier, home prices and home values in Eagle tend to be significantly higher than values in Meridian. And as such, even with Eagle's slightly lower levy rate, so 0.41% compared to Meridian's rate of 0.49%, living in Eagle will typically mean that your overall property taxes will be a bit higher than those in Meridian, because what you'll owe will be based on your home's assessed value. If you are curious to learn more about this truly fascinating and oh so sexy topic.
Was that
Sarcasm.
Well, you are in luck, because we have a full video that's dedicated to this very topic, which I will link to in the description of this video for you to check out later. Next up, let's talk about the schools and education system that you'll find in both Meridian and Eagle. Both cities are part of the West Ada School District, which is the largest school district in Idaho, but they differ a bit in their reputation and offerings. If you go to one of the usual school rating and ranking websites such as greatschools.org or niche.com and read reviews and look at various schools' overall ratings, you will likely start to notice some differences between the two, with the first likely being the number of schools available in each of these cities. With Meridian having a significantly larger population, Meridian's current population is right around 143,000, whereas Eagle's population is right around 37,000. So yeah, Meridian is home to almost 4 times as many people. So therefore, Meridian also has a lot more schools and educational options. And then in regard to academic reputation, you'll see that while Meridian has a strong and solid reputation overall, well, with as many schools as Meridian now offers, there does seem to be more variability, with some Meridian schools certainly outranking and outrating others, which, due to the growth and the sprawl of the city, is understandable. And then on the other hand, Eagle schools across the board really just have excellent reputations and consistently rate and rank highly. But again, the sheer number of schools that both cities have certainly impacts both cities' findings. And then in regard to the overall resources and extracurriculars that they both offer, some Meridian schools have more modern facilities and technology, which is largely due to being new, or newer anyhow, in age than many of the schools they have in Eagle. All in all, both cities offer some pretty broad options and high-achieving programs. If you choose to make either home and have school-aged kiddos, we will definitely want to work out which schools you'd prefer to have your kiddos attend. And if you fall in love with a home that isn't zoned for a particular school that you also fall in love with, worry not, as Idaho is a school of choice state, and West Ada does offer both in-district transfers as well as out-of-district transfers. So having those options can certainly be helpful for both Meridian and Eagle families. And then both also have a wide variety of charter and magnet schools, as well as private school options and homeschooling pods and networks. So all in all, residents in both cities are typically very pleased with the education system they find. Now, let's talk about the recreation and outdoor activities that both of these cities offer their residents. And to kick this one off, let's first discuss both their topography and position within the Treasure Valley. The city of Eagle has the Boise River running directly through it, going east to west. And then along with the river, there's the Boise Greenbelt, which is our 25-mile pathway that meanders right along the river, connecting the west end of Eagle to the far east end of Boise. And then, in addition to the river and the Greenbelt, Eagle residents also have incredibly close access, with some even having direct access to the Boise foothills, which is, of course, another huge draw for Eagle residents. Meridian, on the other hand, tends to be much flatter and does not have direct access to the Boise River or the Greenbelt. Most Meridian residents can get to the Boise River and the Greenbelt and/or foothills within about 15 to 20 minutes. But for those who want to be able to access any of those directly or within just a few minutes, living in Meridian might not be as ideal as Eagle for you. And then when it comes to suburban parks and recreational opportunities, in Meridian, they have a truly fantastic array of both city and community parks. There's Julius Kleiner Park, which is right across from the village at Meridian, which is one of our valley's central hubs for shopping, dining, and just overall entertainment. And then in the southern end of Meridian, there's Discovery Park, which is a fantastic 62-acre park that's actually one of my boys' all-time favorites. From pickleball to a huge park and playground area, to several great bike dirt tracks, to splash pads, to baseball and softball fields, to tennis courts, they've really got it all. And then there are, well, so many other great parks scattered all across Meridian. Here is just a quick peek at a handful of them. And then Meridian is also home to Roaring Springs, which is the largest water park in the Northwest, and it also connects to Wahoo's, which is a great outdoor as well as an indoor family fun zone and center. In comparison, Eagle doesn't have as many large city parks. Their largest two parks are Eagle Island State Park, which is a great 545-acre park with trails, swimming and paddleboarding areas, a sandy beach, fishing, disc golf, picnic facilities, equestrian trails, and then it even offers fantastic winter tubing when its Gateway Park area opens up in the colder months. And then their other large staple park there is Gerber Park, which is another great 22-acre park in the east end of Eagle that has a great playground, splash pad, athletic fields, walking paths, and really is just ideal for family outings and recreational sports. Now, let's talk about how they compare in regard to commutes and accessibility. And to do this, let's pull up a map so you can see exactly where they are located in relation to Boise, as well as to all of the other cities that make up the Treasure Valley. Here you can see that Meridian is located very close to Interstate 84, with this roadway, which is typically just deemed as being I-84, running really right through the area of land that makes up the entire city of Meridian, which for many Meridian residents is ideal, as it makes getting to just about anywhere in the Treasure Valley or across the Treasure Valley relatively quick and easy. Meridian's central location makes it ideal for commuters and those who are looking to explore the entire Treasure Valley. Eagle, on the other hand, is slightly more secluded, but is still only usually about a 20-minute drive from Boise. The lack of a major freeway running through the city keeps Eagle quieter. But this can also mean longer drive times for errands or work. That said, I should call out that one of the main roadways to get into the city of Eagle is Eagle Road. And Eagle Road is the busiest road across the entire state. So there are times, mainly during peak rush hour commute times, that if we don't have to hit Eagle Road, we avoid it. But in general, the roads and congestion experienced across the city of Eagle are less than what you'd experience living in Meridian. Now, what about shopping and dining? Meridian has really become a hub for chain retailers, big box stores, and diverse, but usually quick and easy dining options. The Village at Meridian in particular offers a modern shopping and entertainment experience that many newcomers just flip out over and love to head to for dinner. Eagle, on the other hand, is known for its boutique-style shopping and unique dining experiences. Many restaurants in Eagle emphasize farm-to-table dining with local ingredients, which really effectively creates more of an artisanal feel and vibe. And now let's cover a big one, and one that the vast majority of people who are calling us up each and every day considering relocating to the Treasure Valley are curious about. Let's talk about politics and culture. And just straight out, both of these cities are predominantly and strongly conservative-leaning cities. In fact, over the past 4 years, the number one reason we have heard from people who packed up and moved out of the Boise center, so moved out of Boise city limits, but who also stayed within the Treasure Valley, they moved due to political reasons.
Politics, 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 politics.
And two of the cities that many people picked up and fled Boise to move to were Meridian and Eagle. And they did so more times than not due to political issues and just really differing ideologies overall. That all said, due to the size of Meridian, there is some sentiment by longtime locals right now that Meridian isn't as red as it once was. But well, even as a booming city and with a growing mix of cultural perspectives, voter maps are still consistently showing that the growth we're seeing in Meridian still seems to be largely attracting people who are in alignment with a more conservative-leaning ideology. And then in Eagle, being as I noted earlier, roughly a fourth of the size of Meridian, Eagle tends to be even more quickly identified and or labeled as being traditionally conservative and a red community. Okay, so now a big question. Which is right for you? If you want a bustling, family-oriented community with affordable housing and appreciate convenience and want things right at your fingertips with easy access to shopping, dining, and major highways, and you love the thought of living in a dynamic and growing city, well then Meridian might just be the perfect Idaho city for you. If, on the other hand, you are seeking a quieter, upscale lifestyle and value luxury homes and spacious properties, as well as a slower pace of life with close proximity to nature, well then Eagle might be your perfect fit. Both Meridian and Eagle certainly have their unique appeal, and the choice ultimately depends on your lifestyle and really your priorities and what you're wanting, your lifestyle here in Idaho to look like. If you're looking to learn more about either of these cities or about any of the other cities that make up the Treasure Valley, please jot down our phone number so you have it on hand when you're ready to take that next step. My very low pressure and laid back but also highly professional and proven team are here and ready. Or perhaps you aren't quite ready to take that next step and hop on the phone, and we get it, some real estate agents can be obnoxious. But well, I can promise you that's not our jam, at all. But I digress. If you aren't quite ready to chat but would like to continue to learn more about the Treasure Valley, we have a completely free, no strings attached, fantastic, info-packed relocation guide that's actually right there, but you can download the digital version for free using the link in our description, that I will post in the description of this video. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.